Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for joining today. If this is your first time here, please do not forget to subscribe. Today is another day, so we give God the glory. For those of you who have pending visas applications, if you already applied to IRCC or to any visa to any country abroad, we want to say we are praying for you, all right, before you know you are going to get a visa. Thank you so much for joining today. Today's video, I'm going to talk about detailing about some documents, how you can apply for a Canada study visa, and I will give you some let me say some advice on how to pull through with various documents. All right, now before I talk about this, I want to tell you that if you intend to study in Canada, there are things you need to do and there are things you need to put into consideration. The very first one you need to know or consider is your tuition fee. It's very important and very recommendable for you to put tuition fee into consideration before you start any study abroad opportunity, especially in Canada. Remember, before you even start applying for Canadian universities or colleges, you should know that you already need 10,000 Canadian dollars if you are going to be studying in or outside of the Quebec zone in Canada. You need 10,000 Canadian dollars on standby before you start applying for any school. So please consider your budget. Remember, if you want to study in Canada, there are various courses you should consider. Now, most of the courses may have a difference when it comes to the university or the institution. Now, what you need to do is to make sure you verify very well to know if a particular school has the course you are looking for. And do not forget what I have always been saying in my videos about linking courses to what you are doing at the moment, because you have the chance or you have the work to convince the visa officer on why you want to study that particular program in case you have not been in school for a particular period of time. Again, you should put the province into consideration, because going to a particular province is going to help you save a lot of time and energy. And I want to tell you that moving from province to province may be so daunting, may be so frustrating, and may require a lot of money and procedure. So choose the particular province you want to go into Canada and make sure you move in there immediately. And remember, some provinces have some provincial nominees program. I am talking about provinces like Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and all the rest I have been talking about on this channel, right? They do have provincial nomination programs where it will be easy for you to transition to permanent residency in Canada. Now, some of the courses you should ask yourself why you should study them, or let me say most of the courses are courses that are before you, but you cannot see that you should take and start studying in Canada. But again, if you must make a choice on the course that you should study in Canada, it should be that you may be looking at a particular field. But if you just want to immigrate to Canada for the first time, and I would say that take the advice I've been giving to you. But if you want to follow courses that will be marketable or that will sell in future, you should go towards the health sector, you should go towards the French skills sector, you should go towards agriculture, you should go towards the STEM base, all right, and you should go towards the transport system. The reason is because these are some of the areas in which the government of Canada will be selecting people to apply or to apply for permanent residency. All right, I have a video about this which I told you guys. Using common sense, you could already understand that most of these courses in Canada would sell no matter what in few years to come. Now let's proceed with the documents that you need in order to study in Canada or to apply for your study permit. Now it depends on you and the country which you are going to get a decision. Now there is something called the new portal and there is something called the C-key. All right, I want to tell you that all of them will process your stuff. Though some people say the new portal there is a lot of refusals, I do not think so. It just depends on what you show them. Okay, understand that the very first document you need when you are applying for a Canada study permit, or remember, you need but a temporary residence visa, and the study permit will be given to you upon arrival in Toronto or whichever province you are going to. And the first document is the letter of acceptance, which is the letter that when you pay your first deposit to the school or the college or university, you are going to get it. And remember, you are going to be applying to a college, a university. Most of them have different requirements and different programs, so you are the one to check. And again, if you intend to graduate and finish the program quite early, then I would say check community colleges and study 1-year diploma programs. But do not forget all the things I have been saying in my video, right? Especially the videos I post yesterday. Now remember, you are going to have two letters: the unconditional letter and the conditional letter, or let's say the unconditional, which is the letter of acceptance, and the conditional, which is the first letter that was given to you before you pay your fees. It will be of your best interest to attach the two of them together. The next thing you need is your police report or your police character. All right, this is not really something that you should bother too much about it. I would say that it's very recommendable. All right, try to get your police report, and I will be talking about the next document, which is the medical certificate. And the medical certificate is not something which is compulsory. Some people would be asked to go and do the medical certificate or to do their medicals if they are about to be given the visa, while others will decide to do it before they do the application. You ask me, I would say that wait for the medicals, or wait for IRCC to tell you that you should go and do the medicals before you go and do it. And 98%, or at least 90 upwards percentage, shows that those who were asked to do the medicals, all right, most of them got the visas, which means that if IRCC wants to give you the visa, you should know that you would be asked to do medicals in case you didn't do it. I want to say is that I actually got a lot of people on my comment section. Some are saying that they applied for visitors visa, some are saying that they applied for study permits, and it's been over a month, nothing has happened. Guys, I want to assure you that if you apply for a study visa, all right, according to what I know, and up to date, or let's say maybe after a month you haven't gotten anything, maybe after a month and 2 weeks you haven't gotten anything, then your chances is that it's not fully a 100%, all right, but there are chances that after 1 month, 1.5 months, if you haven't gotten a result, you may be accepted. All right, this is something I've been observing, but like I said, it doesn't work in all cases, but at least 60%. If your visa crosses the first 1 month, 1 week, 2 weeks, and you haven't gotten results, just know that you may get that visa, the study permit. I mean, document I want to talk about is the letter of explanation. Letter of explanation is the document you are going to use your hand to write it. All right, you are going to use your hands to write it to explain a lot of details. All right, I have a video about that on the channel. If you check the channel like this, you are going to find a detailed video about the letter of explanation, where I said you have to put in a lot of details, a lot. All right, if you have gaps, you should explain what you have been doing after you finish from school, and this is very important. A lot of things: why you want to study the program, why you decided to move to Canada, how the program is going to help you, and who is going to sponsor you, who are the people in your family, and a whole lot of things like this. All right, so you need to explain them on the letter of explanation, and make sure you should always put at the back of your mind that you must always return back home. It is very, very important. Now, affidavit of sponsorship is another document I want to talk about. This one is going to come from the court. All right, you are going to get it from the court. There is also a letter of sponsorship. It's also a letter of sponsorship which you are going to get from your sponsor, in case you are being sponsored by your parents, or maybe your mother, your father, or your siblings. Like I always say, it is going to help you, a letter of sponsorship from them. And for those who have been asking, can my cousins, my aunties, and external family members, can they sponsor me? Yes, they can sponsor you, but the problem is, to be sincere with you, it's your zeal, or let me say your chances of getting an approval are very slim, and you need to be extra careful and explain a lot of details. Most of the time, I even tell students it's better to have the money in your own bank account so as to explain a lot to them. All right, I hope you get me. So this is how you have to prove yourself if you want to get sponsorship. Now, the documents you are getting if you are sponsoring yourself, like I always say, you need your bank statements. All right, you need your pay slips if you work, you need your employment letter if you work, you need maybe the company's card if you work, you need an attestation of the company if you work, if you are maybe working, you need pay slips. All right, all these are needed. If you don't work, if you own a business, bring out all the business documents. These are going to help you. Then an extra document from your company to prove that you are going to come back to the company after your studies is going to help you a lot. It is very important. Even if you do not get this, but I think you should get a reference letter from your company to explain that after the studies you are going to come back to the company to work with them. Is going to help you. Remember, there is something called proof of home ties. All right, all these things you need to show proof of. If you have a family, explain that you have a family, you need to come back to them to take care of them. Your parents are old. If you have a vision to study the program and maybe open a small business or increase your business or open a company, explain all of this in your letter of explanation. Is very, very important. All right, then like I already explained, the supporting documents you are adding to your bank statements, they are very important as well. Guys, remember, Canada is a country that is English or French speaking. So if you have IELTS exam, especially if you are francophone, I would suggest you rewrite the IELTS exam. So you use the IELTS exam to support your application. It is very, very important. All right, it's not that compulsory. Some people have gotten visas without the IELTS exam, but if you ask me, remember, you will not be there at the embassy to defend yourself. IRCC would make a decision based on the documents you submit. If you ask me, I would say add a lot of documents that make sense. If you are quoting anything, add documents. If you are quoting anything, add pictures. All right, if you work with a particular company, show them the pictures. All right, it's very, very important. If you are married, show your marital documents and pictures of your wedding. You can even show birth certificates if you have a wife, your children, and stuff like that. They are very, very important. All right, this is how you have to do it. Then your work documents, I already explained about them. Then the university transcripts or your school documents, you now add them as well. Those of you who have been asking me, Milton, some people are saying that if I apply to a college, I may not be selected. Look, I told a subscriber a few days ago that she came and told me that, Milton, someone said that if I study in a college, if I apply to a college, I may not get approval for visa. Do not ask people questions and bring questions to me like that. I don't listen to that. You have to make a choice after watching my videos. All right, I have advised people a lot, and I don't think if you've been watching my videos, you should make any problem or you should make any error with your application. I have told you people that there is no age limit. In as much as you're still around 40s, you can convince the visa officer, and there are videos on this channel. I have said if you apply to colleges, this is what you are going to do, this is what you are going to do, and there are videos on these channels. I have said if you are going to be applying for colleges and you have been out of school for a long time, there are videos on this channel you should follow and do the right thing. All right, I hope this is going to help you. Till we meet again in another one. I didn't want it to be very long. Bye bye for now.